The city of Jackson jumped on high-speed broadband technology years ahead of most major cities in the Southeast. This week, JEA took another bold step toward the next generation of high-speed communications. Our own Steve Bowers from JEA and TV6 is here to tell us about Jackson Ignite. Thanks, Steve.
It's good to be here.
So for people who in town that may not know, what is Jackson Ignite?
Jackson Ignite is our participation in a program called US Ignite. And if I may read, US Ignite is gigabit broadband, but also software-defined networking. What this is, it's a public-private partnership. It's not for profit. US Ignite is, and we're joining that program along with, right now, 35 other cities. It will soon be over 40 cities that are going gigabit or have gone gigabit in their internet service.
Okay. And for the last year, we've covered stories about the gig coming into town. So what does the gig do for businesses and for the average person at home?
It represents tremendous speed capacity. That's the first thing. It's the next step in the technology, and the system that JA is implementing, the point-to-point connection, will allow it to expand. If it goes 10 gigabit, 40 gigabit, whatever happens in this industry and in communication, we'll be positioned to do that. What it means is, however, we can apply it. You know, having access to a road doesn't mean you get on it and go anywhere. But what we're seeing, what US Ignite is doing, for example, they have direct connections to the National Science Foundation with 65 of the key research universities in this country. They're making data from those universities directly accessible to education programs within those gig cities, because you can do it with the speed. One example is Chattanooga, huge microscope at the University of Southern California that is now being relayed by gig into classrooms in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where those students that look at a microscope like this suddenly have full display screens, manipulate. They're doing microbiology work that's also being done at the University of Southern California, and they're doing it at Chattanooga, Tennessee, because they've got access through the National Science Foundation and through US Ignite. That's what we'll have with Jackson Ignite.
Okay. And so most people look on broadband speed as a way to surf the net or watch videos. So what does it mean for the community as a whole?
Well, for the community as a whole, it's an enhancement of everything. Already, one of the key sellers in our internet system with 75/25 service is the fact that if you're on Netflix or whatever, you don't get the buffering and other. If your computer's right, everything works. It's just going to be the continued application of this stuff. Medical data transfer, imaging. Medical imaging is already being done through this broadband that could not be done any other way. Gig is just going to make it that much faster, that much more accurate, and it can lead to timely analysis from rural scenes to hospital scenes. I mean, there are going to be all kinds of applications of this.
Okay, can you tell us what kind of investment this is for JEA?
This is going to be probably an approximate $10 million investment, somewhere $7 to $10 million to expand into this. It'll be phased in over a 3-year period, and is being funded out of cash flow through the telecom system.
All right, and these things don't happen turnkey in one day.
No, they do not.
Right, so about how long are we looking?
We're looking at about a 3-year rollout, complete implementation of this, and you'll key sector to sector. The great thing about this, in contrast to some private companies that are providing gig access in cities, is that JA will provide it. That will pass every residence, every business in the community. Not that you have to get on it, but it's going to be accessible, available to everyone. It doesn't matter if you're at the end of a street in East Jackson, or you're in a business hub in North Jackson, or in an industrial complex. It'll all be there.
Okay, so what are some of the long-range ideas on how this will serve business, industry, and the medical community?
What I'm sensing now, and one of the reasons that US Ignite is involved in this, is they're linking these cities because some cities are using it for traffic control. Some cities are enhancing their camera presence, law enforcement presence. Education institutions are linking directly. It's just beginning. And the reason that you have a program such as US Ignite is, if there are applications that are working for traffic control or management of traffic light systems or whatever via broadband and gig in one city, that can be shared with partner cities. And there will be applications. We're looking at tourist applications of this. We'd like to see Jackson as a hub with all the different things from the Discovery Park to Shiloh linked in one place where we could convince people you can stay in Jackson for a week and visit all the different things around here, from the Ag Museum. There are all kinds of different applications that are coming. It just needs to be fast.
All right, we're out of time. Thanks, Steve. Coming up next, we take our Friday trip to the kitchen. Chef Kendra Bailey Morris is making BLT, deviled eggs. You can have a sample right after this.